In the sleepy town of Marivel, a merchant's fortune faded, leaving him and his 3 daughters in a modest cottage. While Anastasia and Clarissa lamented their reduced circumstances, Beauty, the youngest, focused on kindness. She baked bread for the town's less fortunate children, her heart as gentle as morning dew. Her sisters grumbled about the loss of ribbons and jewels, but Beauty reminded them to be grateful. Their father, once a man of influence, struggled with his ledgers. Beauty comforted him, saying, "We have each other." She pointed out the treasures in the forest, reminding him that wealth isn't measured in gold. Her father smiled, acknowledging her bright heart, a jewel more precious than any he had lost. Beauty's kindness illuminated their humble home, proving that love and gratitude are the greatest riches. The family prepared to leave for their new, humbler home. Carts creaked under the weight of their belongings, and the merchant led the way, holding Beauty's hand. The elder sisters cast dissatisfied glances at the meadows. The merchant and his daughters left their home of old wealth, journeying towards simplicity. Fortune continued to elude the merchant. He approached a fork in the road, choosing the shadowed path, guided by a glimmer of hope. He emerged from the forest and stopped, awestruck. Towering before him was a castle unlike any other. The merchant walked through the marble courtyard, examining the roses. He noticed a rose more radiant than the rest and reached out, plucking it carefully. From the shadows, a deep growl echoed. A towering figure emerged from the darkness, the beast. Its eyes gleamed like molten gold, claws scraping the stone courtyard. The merchant stumbled backward. Beast, who dares to touch what is mine? With thunderous voice, the beast said, stealing a rose. Who dares touch what is mine? He roared. The merchant stammered, explaining it was for his youngest, kind daughter. The beast, though fearsome, saw honesty in his eyes. You've taken what is precious, he boomed. One life must pay, or a promise be made. The merchant, heart pounding, understood the cost. Bring me one of your daughters, the beast demanded. Only then may you leave. The merchant thought of Beauty, her gentle smile filling his mind. He returned home, rose in hand, his heart heavy. He told Beauty of the beast's demand. Without hesitation, Beauty offered herself to save her father. She knew that, sometimes, sacrifice is the only path to love. Beauty bid farewell to her family and bravely set off to the enchanted castle, ready to face her destiny. Beauty walks through the forest, sunlight dappling the path. Birds sing, and the scent of roses reminds her of the beast. She pauses by a stream, whispering, "I must be strong." Reaching the enchanted castle, she sees the beast on a balcony. He asks, "You come willingly?" Beauty replies, "I come because it is the right thing to do." The beast softens. "You may stay, but your safety is mine to guard." Beauty thanks him, beginning her stay in the magical castle. Night falls, the moon casting silver light. Beauty steps into the foyer, walls adorned with portraits. Gondolas float, shadows dance. She notices carved roses and enchanted chandeliers. A soft rustle echoes. In a castle full of secrets, the library was most enchanting. Beauty entered a world of stories where imagination soared. Lumiere greeted her warmly, suggesting she might discover the beast there. The towering doors opened to reveal endless shelves of books. Beauty whispered, "Stories. They hold everything." The beast appeared, his eyes sad. "You enjoy books," he said. Beauty replied, "They help me understand things I cannot see." A bridge was built with words. The beast shared his library, and Beauty was honored. He wasn't cruel, just hurt. He asked if she wished to hear a story, and she eagerly agreed. He opened a blue velvet book, and golden images of castles and creatures danced in the air. Beauty saw beyond his appearance. Time passed, and as the sun set, Beauty closed the book. The room was silent, but full of unspoken meaning. In the gardens, Lumia smiled. Today was but a beginning. In a grand ballroom, Beauty and the Beast share a dance, their movements initially awkward, but soon finding harmony. Days of laughter and shared stories have softened the Beast's gruff exterior, revealing a tenderness that captivates Beauty. Sunlight streams through the castle's arched windows as Beauty discovers a portrait of a handsome prince, his eyes shadowed by sorrow. She recognizes the likeness to the Beast, a softened, human version. The Beast confesses his past arrogance and the curse that transformed him. Once a prince with bright dreams, a moment of cruelty led to his transformation. He expresses deep regret for hurting those he loved. Beauty steps closer, offering comfort. In his grand castle, the young prince had everything but a kind heart. One winter night, a beggar woman offered him a rose in exchange for shelter. Disgusted by her appearance, the prince turned her away. The woman warned him about true beauty lying within, then transformed into a fairy, revealing the consequences of his cruelty. With a sweep of her hand, the fairy cast a powerful spell. The prince's body twisted and changed. His fine clothes tore apart as fur sprouted. His hands turned to claws, his teeth became fangs, and his voice roared in pain. His servants were transformed too, into enchanted objects. The beautiful castle became dark and broken, covered in thorns and gloom. The fairy told him, "If you can learn to love another before the last petal falls, the spell will be broken. If not, you will remain a beast forever." In the castle, Beauty and the Beast sat together. The bonds of trust deepened. Morning broke softly over the castle. Upon the high balcony stood the Beast. Beauty stepped quietly onto the balcony, carrying a small bouquet of wildflowers. "The storm has passed," she said gently, "and so have the shadows in your eyes." Beast turned to her, his voice deep and rough. "I still feel the weight of it all." Beauty reached forward and placed her hand over his chest. "Let me show you that love is stronger than any spell." Beauty kissed the Beast. The light brightened, and the change began. The Beast now transformed into a handsome prince. Beauty, with tears of joy, exclaimed, "It's you!" The Beast changed, his monstrous form melting away, revealing a noble man. Beauty's tears sparkled as she whispered, "It's you, the man I see." He took her hand, saying, "I am here, thanks to you." The castle glowed with renewed color. Beauty said, "I always believed the man inside would rise again." The prince replied, "I will never let you doubt again." Love had broken the curse. Hand in hand, they watched the sunrise. Bells rang, announcing the spell's end. Beauty smiled. The curse is broken, but the story is just beginning. The prince replied, "Let us write it together." Laughter echoed through the halls as a new chapter began. The kingdom celebrated the miracle. Beauty, radiant in ivory and sapphire, held wildflowers. The prince, in robes of deep blue, stood beside her. Their story became a legend, reminding everyone that no heart is too broken to heal.